Craig Kelly says that the manner in which this was done was inconsistent with the values which football should uphold. Can I ask you, Mr. Lyon, what values do you think represent football these days?
Well, I think you'd have done Craig.
No, I'm asking you.
So,
what do you think of the values of football now?
Well, I think the values in football,
yeah.
The values are about hard work, discipline, mental toughness, and a desire to compete every moment of the game.
No, values are more about honour and loyalty and respect, aren't they?
Well,
all the other stuff's just stuff you do.
There are motive terms that you're using, and I'm not here to debate the values that exist in AFL football.
Are those who show loyalty to a club misguided them? Because you said earlier that you've never used loyalty as a motivating factor for your player.
Well, what I will say is Lee Matthews is one of the great coaches of all time, and I think he sums up loyalty in the AFL better than anyone. When you're paid and you're contracted, you give every effort you can with unconditional commitment to that club, and that is loyalty, and we're all passing through. And when you leave, walk out the door with dignity.
Should you have ended the
If I can add, just from a club perspective, and we're loyal to our aim, to our members, our supporters, our sponsors, our corporate partners, and particularly our players, to give them the best opportunity to success. And we believe that recruitment of Ross Lyon does that.
So the coach is somewhere down the bottom of that list then? You didn't mention the coach.
Well, I'm talking about the specific appointment of Ross.
Ross, just quickly, you talked about the generics of the footy club. In terms of what the fans want to know for next year and beyond, is this a list that you think should be playing finals in 2012? Just give us something in layman's terms.
Well, I think, I've said it's very early days, it's been a whirlwind. I think it would be remiss of me to make outlandish predictions. It's about premierships are won with strong pre-seasons, a strong leadership group and a strong game plan. And those foundations are all laid in the next 5 months. So it would be outlandish to make predictions, but we're in the business of trying to win premierships. So that's where it sits.
Surely you wouldn't come over though, Ross, without seeing good potential in this list.
Well, I think that's self-evident.
There's clubs out there publicly looking for a coach. Did you see something in Fremantle that drew you to them more than the others?
I didn't certainly solicit any offers, so if that's what you're alluding to. I was approached, I was engaged, and because of the circumstances of lack of extension and process, you know, it happened.
What changed so significant?
Was that a factor in the...
We're very persistent. I feel like I've answered. I had a great time at St Kilda. I've worked really hard and I've moved on, and it's about the Fremantle Football Club, and all I know is I can't change past the fans.
Ross, how hard is it to arrive at a club where the members and fans don't appear to want you? The words that keep coming up are disgraceful and disgusting, and there's talk about burning down...
Can I just suggest that? I don't think that's true.
Well, yellow ballot was another word they used.
I've had, and the club has had, and Steve and other senior people at the club have had multiple messages of support, congratulations.
You haven't been listening to radio this morning, have you? You haven't listened to radio this morning, have you?
Can I just say, I was involved in a club that went through a season. I was 18 points off the perfect season. I lost 2 games for the year. There's always going to be a large percentage of people that have differing opinions and are unhappy with the coach or players or captain or management of the club. So I think you're going to understand that goes into the territory.
But these people seem to be saying that this is staying the integrity of the club.
Again, our responsibility is to make decisions which are in the best interest of the long-term future of the club.
So that means anything goes, does it?
Executive and board have considered this carefully and have come to a decision to appoint Ross. We're delighted with that appointment and we're looking forward to pre-season getting it right pretty quickly.
What did you say to Mark? What was the conversation you had with Mark?
It was clearly a very difficult conversation. It was a direct conversation in our boardroom. Myself, Steve Harris and Chris Bond were present. You know, to look Mark in the eye, it was very difficult out of the relationship that we built in the time working together. He was clearly disappointed, and you know, I wish Mark, his family, Donna, Trent, Page, all the best.
Mr. Lyon, we're with a bunch of fans, Dockers fans, who are watching this go out live, watching you live. Apparently, when you said you didn't stab Harvey in the back, there were angry shouts from those fans. So you don't believe you.
Yes, can you just repeat that from the start because I missed the opening?
Well, when they're watching you live, and when you said that you didn't stab Mark Harvey in the back, those fans reacted very angrily.
Yeah, well, as I said here today, you can just judge me on my future actions and my commitments to the Fremantle Football Club. I'm not going to get involved in emotive terms. So they're entitled to their opinion, and I can't change that.
Ross, will you try and speak to Mark Harvey at some stage to try and clean the air?
Well, it's not something I've considered at this point.
When you
Steve,
said
you're
there
not
was an
worried
end of an
about
era,
backlash
Ross.
from the fans or members, Steve?
Oh, look, again, echoing Ross's thoughts, there's clearly going to be any decision which is a significant decision. This one is, that not everyone's going to agree with it. Our board, our executive have all the information in front of them, and we believe we've made a decision which is absolutely in the best interest of our football club and therefore our members, supporters, sponsors and corporate partners.
Do you expect to lose any members? There's a lot of people saying that they're going to burn their memberships and give up their memberships.
That's clearly a personal decision which
You don't
members
care?
will make. Well, I do care. We're very proud to have 43,000 passionate members and we're looking forward to continue to work as hard as we can to deliver success for that membership group, and this is what this decision is about.
Have you spoken to the playing group at all yet, Ross?
No,
Do you intend to speak to them today?
no.
So do I know, Ross, how does purple feel on you?
How does it look?
Ross,
About you.
Ross, can you feel the colour?
Ross, when you said end of an era the other day, did you have any inclination, any known whatsoever then that this might take place?
With Fremantle Football Club?
With
At the end of the era, and I clarified that with the CEO during the week, that was certainly about a conversation of retirements and reality. If you can't win a home final that Eddie had against an interstate club, when you've been to the levels of performance that club had been, it was self-evident that it was the end of an era and that change would be taking place.
For you, did you
At
know?
this level, no, at that point, there'd been no serious discussion as opposed with Steve. I think he gave the date, which was 4th of September. It was really just that I'm coming into Melbourne, can I touch base? And then Fremantle professionally were able to lock and load a 4-year term that had satisfied me within 72 hours in comparison to 6 months. So in the end, it was a relatively easy.
So are you saying it was St Kilda's fault that they didn't move quick enough that you left?
No, I'm just saying, when I said end of the year, it certainly didn't pertain to the contract with Fremantle. I was
Mr.
just
Harris.
highlighting what occurred.
This is
Mr.
the
Harris,
last question.
Did you feel comfortable yesterday at breakfast, knowing it was possible that was going to happen later in the day?
I knew it was possible, but it was an inevitable thing. What do? You can't change the circumstances. So,
And at that point in time, there wasn't an agreement reached.
Steve, is this a case where the board believes the end can justify the means, and if Ross takes you to your first premiership, your members and fans who are angry now will forgive everything you've done?
our view is very solid around the fact that the board is unanimous, the senior management of the club are unanimous that this is the best decision for the football club.
When does the board make the decision, Steve? This is a decision that must be ratified by the board. And as I understand it, does it also have to be ratified by the WA Football Commission?
It does not need to be, and this is the last question, it does not need to be ratified by the WA Football Commission, and the board signed up on this yesterday.
Well, should you have a say in the future of 4 players at St Kilda if you thought you might not be there?
Pardon?
Should you have had a say in the careers of 4 players at St Kilda?
Well, look, I don't want to live in the past, to be honest, but out of respect, I'll answer your question. That's a match committee and list management decision with Chris Pelchin and Michael Gardner was a self-retiree. One was a rookie list player that had been demoted. And so it wasn't a universal decision made by me. It was by committee and list management. And as I said, I'm very proud of those players and the way we thank them for the service.
Mike,
Right, that's it. Thank you.